Welcome to a brand new section. This section is all about learning packages. Packages are used to organize our code. So let's see how to create some packages. But before that, let us see a couple of examples where we have used them. For example, inside our game, we have been importing a random int from random and also enum and auto from enum. What this means is we are importing something that is useful from us from a package or a module, and you can see this gives a very nice organization. So it's very clear, from my random module I'm importing something random, from my enum I'm importing something as enum, so you get a lot more clarity inside your code. So let me go inside my 08 packages folder, and inside of this let me create a new folder. The name of this one is 01 local modules. For the sake of clarity, I'm going to open this newly created module inside a new code editor window. So I can just go inside this. I can say 08 packages, and I want my code editor to open 01 local modules in a new window. So here we are. If you just hover, you can see I'm inside my folder 01 local modules. Suppose you are taking a maths class and you have to do a lot of calculations, and these calculations involve squares, rectangles, circles, and so on. So let's see how we can divide all of this functionality by using our modules. Let's say we have to do some operations on a circle. So let's create the first file. Let me call this as circle.py, and let me create a class of circle, and let us create the init method. So I can say define my init. This takes a self, and this also takes a radius. Suppose the radius can be a float value. This returns nothing, and inside we can say self dot radius is equal to my radius. Let us also create the str method. So I can say my str would be myself, and this returns a string. Here I can return saying that my radius is my self dot radius. Now in the same class you also have to deal with rectangles. So in order to organize our code, we can create another file called as rectangle. We don't have to club all of the functionality inside a single file. So let's do that. So right over here, let me create a new file called as rectangle.py, and let us create the class for rectangle. Let us create one more file for dealing with squares. So I can create another file called as mysquare.py, and let me just copy and paste from rectangle. So let me paste it. This becomes my square. This becomes just my side. I don't need this. And my side is equal to my side. This becomes my square. And I can just say that this is my side by my side, and that's it. Oh, I forgot to put a colon. So what we did is we segregated all of the functionality into different files. Now technically all of these files are called as modules inside Python. We may call them as files, but they are identified as modules. So what we can do is we can import functionality from these modules. So let's say we have a file called as geometry, and from that module of geometry we can import all of these functionalities and we can work with them. So let me show you all of these things in action. So let me create a file called as geometry.py, and here I can say from my module of circle I want to import the class of circle. Same thing we can do for rectangle and square. So I can say from the module of my rectangle I want to import my rectangle, and the last one, from my module of square I want to import square. So what we are doing is we are simply importing the things that we want to work with. Now this file, circle, rectangle and square, they can have multiple functions or they can have multiple classes, but we just need to import the things that we want to work with. So let us create a circle. Maybe the radius is 5. Let us create a rectangle. So I can say my rectangle. Let me give some random values. Then let us create a square. Let me give some random value as well. And then we can simply print them out. So this is my C, and this is my rectangle, and this is my square. Let me save it and let me try to run this file. So as you can see, we have the right output. First one is a circle with a radius of 5, then we have a rectangle, and then we have a square. So in this example, what we did is we created different modules. But if you look closely, square, rectangle and circle, all of these things belong together. And we can create a package which I will show you in the next video.